A great advantage in pivot tables is the ability to use a slicer, which is a graphic interactive filter that makes our pivot table super dynamic. Although a group by function can do most of the job of a pivot table, it is missing the slicer functionality. I am Nabil Murad. In this tutorial, I show you how to create a slicer that interacts with a group by function, taking the functionality to the next level. So let's dive in. In this worksheet, I have a table named cost, and this table has 4 columns: the region, the manager, the cost of goods sold, and sales. I created a pivot table on another worksheet out of this cost table. So here is my pivot table showing the sum of sales for each one of the managers. From the pivot table field list, I can create a slicer for the region. I can right-click the region and select Add a Slicer. Here is my slicer. I can resize it, I can reposition it, and then I can test it. So if I select the East region, then I can see the managers and their sales in the East region. If I select the North, everything is dynamic. I can select more than one region by pressing Ctrl, and I can release my slicer, release my filter. I want to simulate this report by creating a group by function. So I go to the worksheet having the source table, and I'll be creating a group by function. In a previous tutorial, I covered all the basics of a group by function. You can watch this tutorial by clicking on the link in the description below this video. In cell I1, I start creating my group by function. Actually, I want this function on another worksheet, but selecting from the table directly is easier than typing the structured reference of a table. Then I type equal group by, and then I hit tab. For the row field area, I want to select the manager. Then I click on the manager, and then I click a second time to select the header. I type a comma, and for the value field, I'm selecting the sales. I click once, and then I click a second time to select the header, and then I type comma sum, and then I close the bracket. I would have provided only the mandatory arguments. When I hit enter, I get the report. I also want to create a slicer, and I'll copy both the group by function and the slicer to another worksheet and test them. So let's create the slicer. I select any cell in the table. I click on the table design tab, click insert slicer. From the insert slicer dialog box, I select the region, and then I hit OK, and here is the slicer for the region. And I'm going to copy both the slicer and the group by function. I select my group by function, and then I copy it, Ctrl C to copy, I hit escape, and then I hit delete. I go to the slicer worksheet and I paste, Ctrl V. I also want to bring the slicer, then I go back to my table and I click on the slicer and I cut it, Ctrl X, and I take it to the destination worksheet, the slicer worksheet, and I paste it here. The group by function allowed me to create a report similar to the one I created with the pivot table. Now if I test the interactivity by using the slicer, if I select East, nothing happens. If I select South, nothing happens. If I release the filter, no change happens in the result of my group by function. I need to create a functionality that allows me to interact with my group by function with the slicer exactly like in case of pivot table, and I want to explain the concept. If I go to the source data one more time, what happens if I apply a filter, whether a direct filter or by using the slicer? So let's say I want to filter keeping only the East region. Then I see the records for the East region and all other regions are hidden. I want to create in memory an entire column that returns 1 for the visible region and returns a 0 for the invisible regions. And I'll be doing that in the slicer worksheet. I want to unhide some columns, right click and unhide. The function I'll be using is a map function with a count A function. Then I type equal map, and then I hit tab. In the cost table, I select the cost table, and then I open bracket, and I want to select the region, and I hit tab, and I close the square bracket. I want to create a count A function. The map is a lambda helper function. Then I type comma lambda, and then I hit tab. I will refer to each region in the region column with the abbreviation X. You can use any other abbreviation, that's just a parameter. And then I type a comma. And for the calculation, I'll be using a subtotal function. And I type subtotal, and then I hit tab. The subtotal function is a replacement for 11 functions. I'll be using the count A function, which is number 3. But if you scroll a little bit down, you will find that I have the same set of 11 functions another time, so I'll be using the 103. The 103 is the count A function that will return 1 for the visible values and 0 for the invisible values. I hit the tab key, I type a comma, and I want to create a subtotal. What's your reference? What's your range? Each individual value in the region column that I denoted by the abbreviation X. I type X, I close the bracket for the subtotal, and then for the lambda, and then for the map. And when I hit enter, I get a column of 1 because I didn't use the slicer. Now let's bring the slicer closer and interact with this map function. If I select the north region, I get a set of zeros for the invisible regions. When you see 1, that means this corresponds to the north region. If I select east, then everything updates and everything is dynamic. I'll be using this function, the map with the lambda with the subtotal, within the GROUPBY function. So let's copy this function in memory. I select all this part without the equal sign, and then I can copy it to the Office clipboard. I click on this little square, and then I click on copy. Here is my map function. I hit escape and then delete, and I'll be doing the same for the GROUPBY function that I created in I2. I select my GROUPBY function, I copy, I get it in the Office clipboard, I hit escape, and now I'm ready to create my function in cell B2. I can type an equal sign and paste my GROUPBY function. Then I delete the closing bracket, and I want to provide some extra arguments to the GROUPBY function. You can watch my tutorial in which I explain in details the mandatory and the optional arguments. The link is in the description below this video. I type a comma, and the next argument for the field headers I'll be typing 3 and then comma. For the total I'll be typing 1 and then comma. For the sort option I'll be typing 1 and then comma. Now this is the filter option. I'll be pasting my map function. I close the bracket at the end for the GROUPBY function, and then I hit enter, et voila. Here is the result of my GROUPBY function. Let's release the filter from the slicer. And I'm getting the same report with the same interactivity, like a pivot table. So if I select east, these are the values for the east. I press Ctrl and select south. I press west, everything is dynamic. And I was able to create a slicer that interacts with my GROUPBY function. If you enjoyed this tutorial, give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel to be notified when new tutorials are released. The best is yet to come. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.